doing this? Why? What in the world is this? This is so irritating. Okay, whatever. This is driving me up a wall. I have no idea why YouTube has just decided to mess with the ratio of the video, but there's nothing I can do. Marley, thanks for hopping on and joining us, and congrats on the new dog. Congrats, that's really, really cool. I'm recreating the poll. Man, this is just throwing me off. I can't. It's so irritating. Didn't realize I was stretched. Yeah, it's just other live chat in a haunted hotel. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea. It's happened one other time where it's just like YouTube has just predetermined that the video is going to look wonky, and now like I've restarted 3 times or I've restarted twice. All 3 times just looks off. Something's just wrong. But when I'm about to go live, it looks fine. The preview looks fine, and then I click go live, and then it like changes it as soon as it goes live. Just absolutely drive me nuts. Well, how have you guys been? I'm trying to retype up the poll here because we had the poll going. And then the stream was terrible, so I had to restart it. No, I cannot send you money. Sorry. Not only do I not have money to send you, but YouTube doesn't even work like that, so no. Can I complain to YouTube? Not really. The ability to complain to YouTube is pretty limited. You can't really like submit very specific requests. There's kind of a, it's all automated and everything, so it's like, if I could email somebody and just be like, hey, I'm starting my live stream, it looks good, and then as soon as it goes live, it stretches my video and it looks like this instead of this, and send them 2 screenshots, that would be magical. But no, no. I don't even know if PewDiePie has that ability. I'm sure if he said something, people are automatically like, ooh, let me fix that for you. Because, he's got 100 million subscribers, 113 or whatever. Paying shoes. No. I got to keep those shoes. I got to keep those shoes for my videos and giveaways. Rude, but yes. Can we? Muzan, thanks for hopping on and joining us. Green Dude says hello. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. High school soccer training started this week, and guess who's varsity goalkeeper? 6'2". I'm not surprised you're varsity goalkeeper. Heck yeah. That's really cool. Brad's the goalkeeper. I was forward. I played left wing for most of middle school, high school, and then my senior year I switched to forward, and I was the leading goal scorer on our team. Granted, we had about 120 people in our high school, so there were not that many of us actually capable of playing soccer on varsity. But still, I did a pretty decent job. Brent would never let a shot through. Brent's coordination and vision is not at that level. Where am I from? I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I play a lot of disc golf here. Hence the channel, Disc Golf Channel. There are tons of good disc golf courses in Charlotte. Also, my video is slightly compressed, and I apologize to everyone. I am typing up the poll right now. If I could type. That would be nice. This is why I pre-prepped the poll and had it ready. Almost done. All right. We have the poll going again. Hopefully, roughly similar to the first one. Doc says, if not, I know you've been busy. Get to throw any shoes yet? No. The shoe, hopefully, the filming and playing with the shoes, which for everyone's edification, these are shoes. These discs are shoes, not actual shoes, even though they were sent to me in a shoebox. Hopefully, some of that will happen this week. Hopefully, this week. Brent can do anything. Except make it through 2 rounds on a Saturday, apparently. It's too hot for him, so he didn't even play this tournament. Dude, sign up for a C tier at Idlewild next Sunday. Have some results next stream. All right. Is that Idlewild? That's really, really cool. Brent would be an awesome goalkeeper? I don't think so. Kia says, hello, I'm a vegan and drive an electric car. Nice. Mr. Chu says, how's your day today? Anything interesting? Yes, I had the third best round of my disc golf tournament, the final round of the Charlotte Amateur Championship, an MA1 A tier tournament with 70 players in the field. I had the third best round, jumped up 11 spots to 7th place. So I'm pretty happy about that. Also, my buddy ended up winning the tournament by shooting 7 shots better than everyone else on the field and tying for the win and winning in the playoff with an 80-foot putt. So it was a pretty fun day. It was a pretty cool day to watch him win. I was able to get to the playoff just in time to watch him cash that putt. George says hi. Steven says 6 to 20. That's a nice little range. 6 to 20 is like, you play tournaments. You're out there. You've got more on the schedule. Like Dude just said, got one coming up soon. Are the discs plant-based? No. This is real. I thought there was a fictional place where tornadoes spawn. Why would tornadoes spawn in Charlotte? Oh, the US is real. Sorry, I misread that. Yes, I have heard rumors that the US is false, that it isn't real. I've driven across too much of it to believe them myself. But yes, tornadoes do spawn here. Yes, and hurricanes off the coast. We have Trash Panda that works to recycle. Yes, but the discs are not plant-based. Idlewild. That's going to be such a cool experience. I hope that tournament goes really well for you. I'm sure the distance that you throw will help. I look like that emoji. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Kane Williamson plays cricket. Okay. Interesting. You mean the last round he shot 7 better than anyone? Yes. I had the third best round at even. So we played Angry Beaver Longs, which is, well, I'll put this in context. I shot even, 1,003 rated. So second place, the guy who was leading the tournament, shot 3 down, like 1,015 rated, 1,012 rated, something like that. Jacob shot a 10 down round, clearing the field by 7 strokes. He was 7 back from the leader and caught him on the last hole by hitting a 40-foot birdie putt, and the leader missing a 20-footer to take a bogey and force a playoff. And then Jacob, I think they both parred or birdied the first hole. I'm not sure. I didn't get to watch it, but I was able to catch them as they were putting and then moving on to hole 2, and he hit the 80-foot birdie putt in the playoff to win. It was an absolute upset victory. Everyone thought that Zeb had the tournament wrapped up 7 shots ahead. He'd been playing so well the first day. And literally Third round, he shoots like 1,010 plus rated. Not good enough. How does Gannon keep getting away with negative 16 rounds? I know. It's just sad. Gannon's been playing great. It's nice because his putt was off, and so we weren't seeing him on coverage because he wasn't cashing every single putt. And then he started hitting his putts a little bit more, like last year, and boom, here he is, just dominating. He's crazy good. Really hope there's one in Charlotte when you come down. Yeah, roughly when are you going to be in Charlotte next? Uh, Obviously, the Charlotte Amateur Championship is a once a year thing, annual event. How's he not gotten an 1100? I know an AB has. Gannon hasn't. Bro really likes frisbees. Yeah. These are disc golf discs. I always have to grab one for the example. So this is a disc golf disc versus a frisbee, an ultimate frisbee. You can see how they're designed much differently, and they're meant to fly further and faster than frisbees. They're used in disc golf competitions, and I have a disc golf bag. So I take these on the course with me. I have about 20 to 23 discs that I take with me on the course, and they all fly differently. Some of them are meant for putting into the basket, some of them are meant for distance, some are intended to turn to the right, some of them turn right and come back, some of them just go left, some just dead straight. So they all are a little bit different. Pseudo, I did enjoy my time in Michigan. It was a little bit unfortunate. I had to drive up on Monday, practice Tuesday for the U.S. amateurs at Toboggan, and then I practiced a little Thursday, competed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drove back Monday, and then immediately was practicing for the Charlotte Amateur Championship. I had to get some rounds in an Angry Beaver, which I'm very glad I did because I ended up playing it really well today. Then I tried to get in some practice at Hornet's Nest in Renaissance. Unfortunately, I'm not as familiar with those courses, so I just didn't put in quite the round at Hornet's Nest that I wanted to. It was pretty bad. But yes, I enjoyed my Michigan visit. Wish I could have stayed longer. I did grow up in Michigan, though. I did grow up in Michigan, so I have enjoyed quite a bit of my Michigan life. Yakun has a disc that they add sawdust to? Okay, that's weird. The mind is like a parachute. It only works when it is open. Also like a parachute is the parachute. So speaking of parachutes. Gateway also has blends with wood and hemp. Yes, that's true. That emoji is cute. Okay, all right. I'll take that compliment. Thank you. Era has a song called Idle Wild. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Dude, it lost the wild honey this week. It was too flippy anyway. Any ideas for a replacement that's less flippy? So if you kind of like the flight path but don't want the flippiness, Jessica Weiss dropped a Shrike that is a stable Shrike. My buddy Blaze, who throws 500 feet on a rip, loves that Shrike. He says it's the perfect stability for him. It's going to have a touch of flip, a touch of drift, but it's never going to like turn and burn. So that might be the next disc for you. If you like Innova, that Shrike, I wish I had one. Brent has one. Yeah, so I think Brent could probably vouch for it, how good it is, but it's a fantastic disc. I think I left it in my car. Let me borrow it. I left it in the car. But yeah, so it's the new Jessica Weiss Shrike, just dropped like a month ago, and it has a bird on it. It's like black and pink for the most part. I think the whole run is that way. Also, I lost my wild honey briefly. Didn't have it for Hornet's Nest, but my brother found it for me. And so I was able to use it today and got a really nice birdie because of it. So I was very happy about that. Brad, sounded to me like you said he shot 7 better than anyone and went to a playoff. Better than anyone on the final score. No, he shot 7 better than everyone on today's round out of 3 rounds. So he outshot the field by 7 to catch first place. All right. Thinking like -1-2 or -2-3. So it is a negative 2-2, but I'm telling you, doesn't fly like other shrikes. Like it's a stable shrike. Should be more flippy. She would be more flippy. Yeah, yeah, distance driver. Give them bread and circuses and they will never revolt. Yes, that was true in the Roman Empire, and there are equivalencies today as well. The only distance drivers I have are Turn, Thrasher, and Cloudbreaker. Turn is too flippy, man. Have you thrown Captain's Thrasher? Interested. I've heard that they're good. Steven says, my friends that you met played at Maple Hill today. Ooh, jealous. I really want to go back to Maple Hill and see how I play. Playing it 2 years ago was very fun, but I absolutely want to see how I would play now versus back then. That was a while ago. Worship is a 0-1 that evens out to a negative 1-2. Also a mid. October for birthday and USDGC. Okay. So October, yeah, it's impossible to say exactly what, but if you're going to be here early enough during US Amateur Doubles, I think it's the Carolina Clash. So while I'm going to be playing at Winthrop the week before USDGC, there should be a massive tournament at the same time. So if you're here early enough, you can make that happen and then stay the next, if you're able to, hit that and then stay the next week for USDGC. I don't know of any tournaments like big events that they run during USDGC. I'm sure that something's going to run that weekend, but I'm not sure who's going to run it because most people are going to want to attend. You need more discs? Yeah, actually, I just got more discs, so fair enough. Also got players pack discs that I need to go through as well. We'll be looking for job opportunities. Okay. That would be really cool for a Charlotte move. Audrey Smith says, just want to let you know you have 4 I'm guessing that means 4 likes on the video, which is not bad for the 3rd attempt at actually getting the live stream to run, and the fact that my face looks like this. Yeah, you say I need more discs. Coloring books? Oh, these are not coloring books. These are disc golf discs. So these are designed to fly further and faster than frisbees. Each of them is different. My video quality looks atrocious right now. So if that's what's going on for you guys, I deeply apologize. Hopefully that clears up. Anyway, yeah, these are disc golf discs, not coloring books. This is the closest one to a coloring book that you'll find because a kid made this, drew this up, wrote this up, and they made it into a stamp. I don't remember if it was just a manufacturer's kid that made this or if it was a kid with cancer or something like that. I don't remember the exact circumstances, but I know that this was made by a child. So closest thing to a coloring book, and it's not a coloring book. Speaking of coloring, though, I will be opening up some new dyed discs that got sent to me from Moontree Dyes, one of my friends in Florida. I am behind on the chat, so I'm going to catch up real quick. The honey was a mid. No. Jesse subbed. All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. A hobbit, cool. I don't remember any of the hobbits having beards, though. Oh, the hair works, but the beard doesn't work at all. Like dwarf would be a better one. Maybe my nose isn't quite big enough. It tries. You go now and drink water. I have water, and I've been drinking water all day. I had a disc golf round at Angry Beaver, and it was quite a long round, so absolutely a lot of water today. Watching from India. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Favorite food and drink? For me, tacos probably. Drink, I don't know. I like Mountain Dew, I guess. I don't know. Usually water. Where am I from? I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. Some would say the disc golf capital of the United States, and I'm very, very happy about it. Sheriff, oh, that's a good one. Found a Z Soul with no number but a last name. Interesting. Left it at the basket because you already have an identical one. That's fair enough. Yeah, I haven't. I've seen that once. There was a guy in Florida, and his name was Peter Boyd, and he would just write Boyd, Boyd, in all caps on his discs. and that was it. I had no idea who that was, but apparently it was a well-known thing. Everybody knows that it's just Boyd. It's just Boyd leaving a disc. Stu, running your first non-sanctioned singles tournament in July, amateur only. Do you think amateurs should earn cash in non-sanctioned tournaments? I would say, as a general rule, that's a decent idea to do it that way. It's fun because amateurs don't often get the chance to play for money. So most of the unsanctioned events that I've played were for cash for amateurs. However, you can do like merch payout, but you'd need merchandise on site so that, well, it's not PDJ sanctioned. But yeah, you'd probably need to have like merchandise on site for people to be able to buy discs and stuff like that. You could also have discs as your prizes or even like custom trophies, something like that. So yeah, but people playing for cash, like people love playing for cash, and amateurs rarely get that opportunity. So it's a great way to do it. Yeah. Let's see the discs coming soon. Brian, congrats on the bounce back. Thank you very much. I was very happy about it. Like I said, my first round was so bad. I was missing 20-foot putts left and right. And by left and right, I mean mostly low. It was pretty bad. But yes, bounced back with a decent round yesterday and then a great round today to take 7th out of 68 competitors. Very happy about that. Just thinking wing it or something like that. Yeah. I'm not sure about tournaments or anything, but I'm sure there's something small. It's up to the TD. Unsanctioned doesn't really matter. Yes, you want a good reputation, so you're going to want to have something fun, something interesting for people to play for. So cash is a good way to do it. Brad, DD has a color your own disc line. Interesting. Bryant, what a wild 3-round tournament this weekend. Lightning delays, being drenched, pond fairways, and also losing top 2 drivers. And yet Bryant took 2nd place, like a legend. Stu says, I am the TD putting my own cash into amateurs to make it cash and need to make it cash at tournaments. Yeah, I would say make it clear that it's like what percentage pays out, like 45% or whatever, so that people know that if they're just going to play this tournament, it's not just going to be a fun tournament, like they're playing for cash. That way they are more interested in signing up for the tournament. But it sounds like fun. Is it anywhere near Charlotte, North Carolina? Use some of the money to assist with the pool. Yes. Not charging a registration fee. That is strange. I would say like even if it's like $5 or $10, you should definitely charge a registration fee. Even leagues charge like $3 to $10 a round, depending. So if it's really a free tournament playing for cash, like you're gonna get probably a ton of people. That's crazy. Even 20 will help your wallet a lot. Yeah. Get to choose between took the gift card to Titan Discs. That's a great choice. Coming soon. Yeah. Richard's taking a bathroom break. Don't take us with you. Don't forget your staggered sands coupon code. There you go. First place will earn at least 100, maybe more. Putting contest afterward, also 100 first place. Holy moly. Sign me up. Hey, two wavy baby. The people here at Subway are still watching. Shout out. Like a year ago, I was traveling from Charlotte to Florida, and I stopped at a Subway and just happened, I think I was like stretching my arm and happened to strike up a conversation about disc golf. And the guy who got maybe my sandwich was like, oh, like Brody Smith. And I was like, yes. So that was a really, really cool chat. And looks like still hanging around and checking in every once in a while. Really, really appreciate that, man. And that sub tasted fantastic, just so you know. It got me home. That was awesome. Man, every time you hop in, it's just such a great memory. That's really cool. Get your dad any discs for Father's Day. I did not get any discs from my dad for Father's Day. I was too busy competing today. But I was texting him at least, so I didn't whiff too badly. You look like Johnny Bairstow cricket player. Interesting. Johnny bear style. I swear if this guy's ugly. Bear style. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah. I have definitely a longer, thicker beard than the pictures I'm seeing right here. And it's pretty close. I see the resemblance. Yeah, I'll put it that way. I can definitely see the resemblance. That's not too bad. That's not too bad of a comparison there. Yeah, not too bad. Small entry fee to have some rewards for the top 5. Ask them to donate to the course maintenance and upkeep. Okay, nice, nice. Tell them I really like the hot honey chicken subs. Birdie time 21. Fun fact, Brody worked at a Subway. I did not know that. Interesting. Interesting. I did not know that. All right, I finally caught up, so I'm going to open up some discs. Or should I do my Players Pack discs first? Well, I'll start with this one. I had a rough weekend in some aspects, but I managed to win a CTP, so I got myself a Metal Flake Athena. So I'm pretty stoked about. Pretty happy to get this. It's a little hard to see the stamp. I don't know how well you can see it there. Especially if the video is the quality that I'm seeing, but hopefully you can kind of see that. It's pretty cool. Is the video really blurry for you guys too, or is that just on my end here? Oh, yeah, my video quality was set to 360. That's pretty bad. A bit blurry, but it's okay. Super blurry for Johnny. Why is that? Why is it so blurry? That's so irritating. It is, but it's not that bad. Okay, so it's pretty bad. Apparently, it's pretty bad. I don't understand why the stream quality is so poor today. It's driving me nuts. I even scheduled it like an hour ahead of time, and I go to set it up, and YouTube's like, no, I don't think so. It's gonna look bad. Thanks for nothing. Weir Senna says hi. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Flakes are always fun. Is it later yet? Yeah. I'll just go ahead and show it again. Oh my gosh, it's so pixelated for me. What is with that? All right. I'm gonna duck off camera for 1 sec. I doubt there's anything I can do, but I always like to check just to see if there is some sort of setting. Yeah, I don't think so. Yikes, that looks terrible. Storms here in NC might be the issue. Yeah, I don't know. Should not be that bad. Maybe. It's been stormy all weekend. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. Okay. Trash Panda 5-year box. Didn't know it existed, like a mystery box. Oh, they tell you the discs. The colors can be random, so just a box. Cole says throw a disc. A little limited in my space here, but I'm not going to throw a disc. Here we go. I threw it. Congrats. Weather's pretty nice where I am. Might get a round in later. Of course, you got to get that live on the course. Virat says, shout me out. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Cole. Yeah, what can I say? threw it 6 inches. That's great. All right, next Players Pack item here. I got to hand pick this. I really wish I could show it off a little bit better, but this is a Buzz question mark Zone. Oh, it's a 4-speed. This is a Jawbreaker Flex Zone. Really happy about this. I picked it specifically for the blue and white kind of accent coloration pattern. And trust me, I looked through all of the discs. I looked through like 60 of them and carefully handpicked this one because it was my favorite. And hopefully you can kind of see it a little bit. Should give it away on stream? No shot. If I'm going to give away a disc, and I'm happy to give away a disc, it's not going to be that one. That one I picked for me. This one is kind of funny. I think this one is a Thrasher. Scorch, right, of course. So this is a Scorch, and it's partially clear for Doc, and it has this flame pattern like the buzzsaw pattern, but with flames all around the side. And apparently, I heard a rumor. Can't even see my face anymore. Is it that bad? What is happening? Sick moves. All right. All right, now it's better. Jeez, dude, that's so pathetic. I don't understand what's going on. I really need to just run this through OBS instead of the YouTube live because it's so bad. Okay, so apparently, um, I don't like passing on rumors, but apparently there was some delays and miscommunication about the planning of this tournament, and most of the work of the tournament happened in the last 7 days. So this stamp here is this dog, the meme of like everything's fine. It says Charlotte Amateur Championship. Apparently that's how people felt when they were planning this tournament. All right. This one, yes, is a nice Luna. I picked this one for the clean white stamp, and I like it. It's very, very, very clean disc. Just looks nice. And then this one's a little hard to see. I think the exact coloration makes the words hard to read, but it does say Charlotte Amateur Championship. And this one is just a buzzsaw, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't say, but yeah, this is just a straight up buzzsaw. And partly clear. Man, buzzsaw looks nice. Would you be willing to sell that Scorch? Possibly. It's hard for me to let go of tournament stamped discs because I like to have the specific like disc from the event. But I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Move slowly when showing discs. Yeah. That room. All right. The meme to my disc golf game. Reach out to people in the tournament, see if anyone wants to sell. Yeah, I'm sure that there are definitely people. Can I talk to the TD to see if they have extra? I mean, I probably could. Another round, we'll probably actually just have them and maybe sell the extras. But yeah, I'm sure people will be selling. Like, there are usually people who are like, got my players pack disc, throw it up on Facebook Marketplace or whatnot or whatever for Dujit. Yeah, I don't know the guy very well personally, but I can definitely check in next time I see him, see if they have any just sitting around left over. Yeah, check another round, see. So that concludes my Players Pack discs from the Charlotte Amateur Championship. Just a quick review. I'm sure most of you guys saw this, but I got myself, just because it's kind of cool, it's me on a disc from US Amateurs. That was a really fun thing that they did for us. Then I got myself, for beating Chris Dickerson's score with my doubles partner, the winner of the Charlotte Amateur Championship, the guy who shot 7 down today. Yeah, there's a reason I picked him as my doubles partner. We beat Chris Dickerson, and I got this as a prize. I think this is a Buzz. Chris Dickerson Robot Chicken Buzz. That's correct. Got myself this buzzsaw last week as well. USDGC stamped Impact, which I will throw. And this USA DGC, not a Venom. This one is a Thrasher. That I will not sell. And that will go on the shelf. Sweet Players Pack. Yes, they had good discs in the Players Pack. Also, I got this mini. This is a mini Buzz. Look at that, mini Buzz. It pairs really well with another mini Buzz that I got, probably from Charlotte, some event in Charlotte. Not a huge fan of DGA stamps, to be honest. Any Orbit Wardens? No. No, I haven't grabbed any Orbit Wardens. Mega Mini? Yeah, it's like the medium mini. Never been a real collector, but would never throw the face on the disc one? Yeah, definitely. Want the Confetti Luna on their site? Of course. You had to look it up, and now you want something. Of course, of course. Oh yeah, I also got this another round towel. Pretty cool. Keep the discs polished and clean. Keep the minis in case play a round of Rip Revenge. Yeah, I'm going to need to keep one in the bag just for that. Well, that concludes my Players Pack discs from the last 2 weeks. Basically just 10, let's see, 3, 6, 9, yeah. Basically accumulated 10 discs just from playing in 2 tournaments. And so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Plus, I found this vulture, totally like no name, no number, and not really that unique of a stamp. So I don't know a way to return it to someone. Nice to see you adding to collection. Yeah, it's about time. I was giving away too many discs. All right. So I better get myself opened up here and see what I got in the mail. All right, so these, like I said, my friend Mike, who runs Moon Tree Dyes in Florida, messaged me asking for my new address and said, all right, I'm sending you some discs in the mail. And now I'm trying to figure out if it already opens. Okay. So yeah, got myself some nice discs to open up. Some type of dye discs. I have no idea what's in here. Justin, hey. Justin number 2. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Do I have to show off all the discs again? Oh, it's not ready. All right. Now we're good. Now we're good. All right, here we go. Ooh, got myself a Paradigm. I like that cell die a lot. I love me a new Discmania disc to throw around. It's a 12-6, -1.5, 2. This seems like a perfect disc for me. I'm going to immediately get some throws in with this week. I'm going to see how far this flies. 6 glide? That's great. I love the neoplastic. I'm really excited to give this one some throws. I'm really excited about that. All right, and the other disc that I got sent. Ooh, it feels like a mid-range, or maybe it's even just a putter. Oh, I have myself a dyed Warden. I have been excited to get a dyed Warden for so long. So I sent Mike this white Warden that I found, and he said he would dye it up for me. I am in love. This is making the bag. I can't guarantee how often I will putt with it since it's premium plastic, but this thing is coming out for the tap-ins like nobody's business. I am so excited about this. This looks so cool. Oh yeah, that is awesome. That's awesome. All right, straight to the bag. Okay, that's great. Man, this Paradigm, it just feels like it's going to fly so far. I can't wait to get some throws in with this. Maybe do a short showing the dye disc for better quality. That's a good idea. Yeah, this quality is driving me insane. But at this point, like, there's nothing I can do. I already tried restarting the stream. It didn't do anything. There's no point. Yeah, I'll at least take some pictures of the discs and post them, if not do a short. Hoard them all. Only 11% have played more than 20 tournaments. That's crazy. I haven't actually checked that. To be fair, 58% of people clicked haven't played any tournaments. So out of people who have played tournaments, it's a pretty even distribution of 1 to 5, 6 to 20, and 20 plus. That's not too bad. That's like a third of people who have played tournaments have played 20 plus. That's a pretty high percentage. But the fact that 58% of people haven't played tournaments at all, that's the real travesty. I do think that we had a lot of people hopping in at first who were just kind of jumping onto a stream and, they weren't disc golfers. So that's definitely going to be pumping up those numbers for a bit. The Warden's probably a really good throwing putter, FYI. Yeah, probably. I do have a Warden, a throwing Warden in the bag already, but it is prime plastic, so maybe this will work just a little bit better for it. Yeah, that looks really sweet. Super, super cool. Meant nothing like that. Not your fault for quality. No, I know you're not insulting it. I'm just like I put in a lot of effort to prepare and do whatever I can do, whatever I can control for live streams, and then YouTube's like, huh, it's gonna be blurry and you're gonna be squished. It's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm doing my best here. So it's just frustrating to know that the experience for you guys isn't perfect. Like literally, I've been waiting for these to come in the mail for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I'm gonna open them on stream. I got them in the mail. I'm like gonna open them on stream, and then they don't even really look good because the quality doesn't come through. Just frustrating. Got a Warden with a stamp on it that looks like a paper plate. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. You throw it and someone's like, wow, that plate went really far. Of course, that's what everyone thinks, that everyone who jumps onto the stream is like, those plates behind you? Man, the stream quality, like, did I disconnect from Wi-Fi? No, I'm on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, Wi-Fi's good. Wi-Fi's fine. Oh well, I would make a joke. We prefer you out of focus, but you seem a bit upset. I'll save that for another time, or save that for another time. No, upset would be an exaggeration. It's just like this little annoying thing where it's like, I don't know, I put in the effort and then YouTube just seems to be slacking off. Like it's just, I mean, like I'm right here looking, it looks like I have 40 pixels on my screen right now. Like this is terrible. Like that's not fair that my audience has to deal with that type of video quality. It's just awful. It's just awful. I'm gonna turn down my quality. If you upgrade to premium, I bet that would do absolutely nothing. I just don't know. Like, I don't have anything using Wi-Fi. Like, there should be no issue with the bandwidth. This is just awful. YouTube loves premium. They do love their premium. That's true. That is true. Yeah, this is like probably the first time that I've ever considered just like saying, hey, I'm just gonna drop the stream. Because if it looks like this, like right now, for me, it's better. Uh, Storms, are your brothers playing video games? I mean, he probably is playing video games. He's a high school teacher, and he still has plenty of work over the summer. But since school is out, he's been relaxing a little bit in the last couple of weeks. It's been nice. I'm happy for him. He's been taking on a ton of extra responsibilities this year, and so it's nice that he's got a chance to just like rest for a little while. It's really cool. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's the storms. I don't know. Just seems overly terrible, overly awful. Anyway, I'm done complaining about the stream quality. Hopefully, it stays just like this, which looks fine to me at the moment. And while it looks good, I'm going to show off my discs again one more time really fast. Buzzsaw, Luna, Scorch with the Flames, very cool. Zone, probably my favorite disc, just looks amazing. And then a Metal Flake Athena. Hopefully those looked good. And quick, I'll also show off the Warden, the dyed Warden, as well as the Paradigm, which I'm very excited to throw. Both of those look really, really cool. Really excited about that. What's up, dude? Was rooting for you in the amateur tournament. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I played myself out in round one, but after round one, I played a great tournament. I caught up to the field and I moved up 21 spots in 2 rounds after having a terrible round one. So I'm very happy with that. And I took 7th place. So honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. You look like the people who pose in geography books. Not math books, just geography books. I don't know. Seems kind of like a lame comparison. That's okay. You see where they were considering letting some teachers carry in the classroom. I've seen that on and off for the last few years. Yeah, I've seen that. Honestly, it just depends on the state. Lunas are really nice throwers and circle 2 putters. Definitely give the Athena a try too. I hear great things. I have heard great things about the Athena, and I just haven't thrown it for whatever reason. So I'll get a couple of tosses in. I'm really unsure. Like if it looked a little bit better, I think I'd pick it for the giveaway disc because it was just like a random bonus, like a free extra for me. But yeah, that was really cool to get it. And I don't know. I have a few definitive like giveaway discs back here, so I'll definitely do some giveaways soon. I'm getting close to 6,000 subscribers. So quick shout out. 6,000 subscribers will definitely be doing a giveaway. I will not be giving away 6 discs unless like a pack of shoes go out. But I'm pretty excited coming up on that milestone. Got 7th. Yes, I did. Yes, got 7th. And I was very happy. I mean, I was in 28th place after round 1. And I jumped up to 7th in 2 rounds. And I had the 3rd best round of the day today. But shout out to my buddy Jacob for shooting 10 down, 7 shots better round 3 than everyone else in the field to come back and tie for the win, push the playoff, and win with an 80-foot putt in the playoff. Absolutely insane. An upset victory. Super cool. So shout out to him. And I was just kind of hanging around 7th place. Was watching, very impressive. How was the course? The Angry Beaver is very tough. I played even today, and I was 1,003 rated. So Angry Beaver longs, very difficult course. Renaissance, a lot of fun. I think I went 5 down. Yes, I went 5 down. It was like rated. So like much easier, much more scoreable than Angry Beaver. Very good. Not my favorite course, but it's good. The real Ember says, hope you have a beautiful day. Keep your head up. Life kind of sucks right now, so passing on some love to people. Keeping you, because it's beautiful. Happy Father's Day. Thanks for hopping in and joining us, and I hope things get better for you soon. Ever thrown an evader? I don't think I've thrown an evader. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've thrown an evader. No. Good question. Have you tried a Warden to throw off the tee pad? Yeah, it's got to be. Actually, I threw one today. Didn't birdie. But yeah, I've thrown Wardens off the tee. It's got to be like 210 to 240 dead straight where you need to go like 200 near there, North Carolina. New Bern. I'm not familiar with the area. But let me see. Well, my map loads and it looks a lot better than my live stream. I said I was done complaining. I said I was done complaining. Uh, nice. New burn. So do you have a lot of water in your courses there? I have not played in the New Bern area. I have not played over there. And I'm just going to close out my extra tabs. It's probably not doing anything, but whatever. Might as well. Both named Bradley. Yeah. So much water. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just pulled up the map and it was just like river and then like where you are. So I was like, heck yeah, there has to be a ton of water carries out there. No, that's fun. I have not played in that area. I'm actually new to North Carolina just the last 6 months. I've been living here. I was in Florida for 3 years, and before that, Michigan. So the Charlotte area is kind of all I really know. I played in at the USDGC course. It always slips out of my mind. Winthrop University, and for USDGC doubles last year. So South Carolina, and then I don't know, maybe yeah, mostly the Charlotte area. I'm trying to remember where else I played North Carolina. Speaking of the Evader, anyone buy the Ricky discs when they got on super sale? I did not. I did not. A Fisher and a Stoner made the top three. That's disc golf for you. uh, Barca or Madrid? Are we talking soccer? Oh, Barcelona or Madrid? Oh. I have not kept up with soccer enough, football, I should say. My apologies, to give an adequate answer to that question. Uh, Barcelona's really good. Barcelona's good. Lost two discs in the news. Don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, I chucked a disc in a Florida lake and I said, gone forever. Never going in after that. Gone forever. Kyle says, "Hey bro, really enjoy your shorts." Oh, thanks. I'm really glad. I've definitely been doing the YouTube shorts for a long time now, and I don't know. There's something fun about doing just like a birdie of the day. Doesn't have to be impressive. Just kind of fun to show a different shot. And then I like doing like putts or ace runs or fails or whatever. Video this morning was actually a bunch of missed putts. That one hurt. Had to put that one out there. But glad you enjoy them. Bryant found your doubles partner to hopefully qualify for USDGC doubles. Awesome. Uh, hope you guys qualify. I'd love to see you there on lead card. Especially if Gators. I always assume Gators. It's Florida. I just always assume Gators. Dude just says Barcelona as well. They're better right now. Okay, good. My Barcelona brother. Bogey of the day is fun. Yeah. Yep. I occasionally have a very fun bogey that I'm happy to post. Every once in a while, it's a bogey that just hurt my soul. But usually they're kind of funny. I film plenty of bogeys, that's for sure. Where are you from? I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, in the United States. Uh, yeah, I don't know how else to describe that. It's a huge city, tons of disc golf. Tons of disc golf. I grew up in Michigan and lived in Florida for 3 years. Today's birdie was my favorite of all time. Uh, yeah, because, yeah, of course, all the jokes. Yeah, Jacob absolutely smashed that putt for the win. I mean, you should have been there. It was electric. We're watching his scorecard as he just goes birdie, 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 bogey, birdie, 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 bogey, birdie, birdie, eagle. And then he's two back on the 18th hole. The leader bogeys and he birdies to tie and then wins in the playoff. Dude, it was wild. It was wild. What is that behind me? These are disc golf discs. Ugh. So, oh, speaking of Sheriff, I think this one is a Sheriff. So yeah, these are disc golf discs. They are designed to fly further and faster than like a frisbee is designed. You can kind of see with the blunted edge there, the tapered edge. They're designed to cut through the air. So you throw them like this disc 40 feet. And so I use them when I'm out competing in disc golf tournaments like I played in today. And the quality went down. SM, he says, WWBD, what would Brent do? Oh, I missed the question. What mindset do you try to keep when having a rough round because you really came back? Multiple things, just kind of depends. So, first of all, I slept really poorly the night before. So, after my round was over, I just had to be honest with that and say, I was not awake. Um, my brain was just slow and I couldn't focus very well. And sucks to suck. Like I had to acknowledge that reality and head that face on and not just like blame the course or like whine about, whatever, bad luck. I really had to focus up and say, I played poorly, and part of it was that I slept really poorly as well. Then I got some caffeine in between my rounds. That also helped. But on the kind of mental and spiritual side of things, for me, keeping things in perspective is so important because I want to do as well as I can in disc golf. I want to do my absolute best. But if I'm putting so much pressure on myself because winning or performing well is more important to me than my own health and like reasonable ability to kind of like have expectations for myself, then I'm miss really important. Disc golf is important, something that I love, and I want to do my best. But I'm just at the end of the day, I'm just blessed to be able to compete in tournaments like that. It's a gift from God that I have this chance to enjoy the sport. And if I keep myself humble, then I think that's the most important thing. Trying to keep myself humble and acknowledge that I'm not the best disc golfer. I'm not even close to the best disc golfer. I just want to be the best disc golfer that I can be. And that really keeps things in the right context. So I hope that helps. I know I kind of rambled a little bit, but acknowledging my mistakes and working to correct them was also like massive for me. I was putting poorly round one. So round two, I got a bunch of putts in. Round three, I got even more warm up putts in. And I missed a putt in my second round in the circle, but only one. Round one, I think I missed 4 or 5 circle one putts. Yeah, I just rambled for like 5 minutes, but hopefully some of that was useful. Uh, was entertained by the Christmas gift to us short. That was funny. I did think that one was pretty funny. I should do more holiday themed uh, disc golf shorts. I should. Have I ever played in Utah? I have not played in Utah. It's pretty far. It's pretty far. I've mostly played in a kind of line between Michigan and Florida. And so Charlotte is kind of like in between Georgia, Charlotte, uh, Illinois. Yeah, just kind of the Midwest down to Florida, basically. Uh, was keeping up with your score at the Ledgestone Open and I got sad. The Ledgestone Open. I haven't played the Ledgestone Open. We were talking about U.S. amateurs a week ago at Toboggan. I was sad. But this weekend I played a lot better. Last weekend I took 124th place out of 148. This week I had a bad round and I took 7th out of 68. So I'm very, very happy about that. I really kind of turned back into my disc golf strengths. And when I eliminated the bad putting, had some good rounds, played well. Played well. My bad, it was U.S. amateurs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess to be fair, Ledgestone had a tent there, so I think they were sponsoring it. Maybe it's like Ledgestone presents the U.S. amateurs, or it's Discraft. You know what? Just ignore me. Discraft and Ledgestone are like this, and they both like hosted and ran the tournament. So it wasn't too far off to advantage over me at that course and take pars instead of birdies. And then when it came to the big open shots, I would leave a few short here and there and miss my putt and take a bogey. So rough course, but it was a good experience. I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that it's over. And I'm glad that I'm back in Charlotte where I can play one bad round out of three and take a top 10. Feel a lot better about that. Just remember, it's always a game. Yeah, it's definitely good to have the a good perspective about it because of course we're going to take it seriously if we're competing. And like Jacob who won today, like if he was telling himself like when he took his bogeys, he's like, well, it's just a game. Like I don't know that he'd have had the motivation to get the eagle on 16 and birdie finish to force the playoff. So of course we want to like give it our all and take it seriously and do our best. But while we do that, we need to acknowledge reality that not everything goes our way. We can't control everything. And when some things are outside of our control, we can work to have better control, but we also just need to accept that things are going to happen. Your disc is going to lift up and hit a branch and kick OB. It's going to happen. You're going to miss a close putt and it's going to roll the 40. That happened to me yesterday, and that absolutely sucks. But all I could do is try not to miss that putt next time. I couldn't get that putt back. I even told my buddy today, as I walked off the course, he said, great finish for how you started the tournament. And I said, thank you. If I could replay Hornets Nest right now, I would. And I was like sweaty, tired, and I was dead serious. Like if I could, I would, but I can't. I can't redo that round. It's already dead and gone. All I can do is try to do better next time. Da, 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 da. Try to just keep having fun. Yeah, keeping it fun is important. On my way to the course, Duja is going to destroy. Hang up the phone till you're off the road. Doc says, not me, Brad. I want to be the best disc golfer Paul Macbeth can be. The best I can be stinks. Uh, wasn't sad for a new course to you to travel. Everything else, I think you did fine at Toboggan. Yeah, I mean, it was just so like it's just such a brutal course. I'm sure if I was there for 2 weeks and was able to like just hone in on figuring out elevation shots, probably would have shot 10 strokes better. Still wouldn't have been like in competition. And I'm under no illusion that I could have ever won that tournament. Like I definitely am not thinking, uh, if I had only practiced more. No, 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 no. But I wanted to go top 25. And I think if I had been able to play the course like 8 times and really practice it, I think top 25 would be on the table at that point. But I just had so many shots that I'm unfamiliar with, and I executed 1 out of 3 times, or even 2 out of 3 times. But that one time I messed it up was a double bogey. So it just happens. It happens. Tough course. You saw the picture I posted and probably thought that, yeah, yeah. It was probably Whetstone flag right behind me. Yep. You're an uncle, you worry. Arrived and there is no one there. Oh, yes. An empty course is so nice, especially for filming. It's so nice when no one's there. Congrats. That's awesome. Acknowledging it's just a game helps him hit that eagle. No, definitely not. Over or under 6 down on 9 holes. Uh, Doc bets all of my shoes that it's a -7. Yeah, I want to say -7 as well. There is a guy paragliding with a fan propeller on his back. That's wild. DJ says hi. Thanks for hopping on. Rizzolo says, why are there so many plates in the back? These are disc golf discs, not plates. So these are designed to fly further and faster than an ultimate frisbee disc. You can see how it's designed to cut through the air while it's spinning. In an absolute pinch, yeah, I suppose you could eat off of one of these things, but it wouldn't be very good for soup, so I don't know why you'd want to use it. I think that's the right spot for that disc. Should ask him to get a video of you throwing a disc off a tee pad from up there. That's amazing. Yes. like basically a drone shot from a guy paragliding. That's amazing. Abdul says, "Are you a stunt actor for Wolverine role by any chance?" Yeah, I'm that guy that hops off the bar stool and is really short. No, no, no. I just happen to have some facial hair. Yeah, that's the only correlation I think to that. That's funny. He's already up there. That's why you have to yell. You just have to be like, "Hey, take video," and then yell up your email address so we can send it to you afterward. ZX Military says hi. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Plate Collector. No. Were you acting in that video where that kid said you got this and you shanked it? Which video is that? Was that recent? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what video that was. RG says hi. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Do you like Iran? Haven't been there. Sports Freak says hello. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. For April Fools next year, we get Brent to rearrange Brad's discs. That would be rude. I know you don't know me, but can I be a mod? It says a liar to kids. I'm very guarded about who I am. Sorry. You got to keep coming back and turn mod. Anj says, I can't read that. Samantha says hello. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Steven says, he shouted, "Hey man, you got this." And then you said, "I know." I do remember that. So that was Bailey, 17, I think, hole 17. Yes, that was not staged at all. I was not acting. This kid just rides by on his bike or whatever, and he's like, "You've got this." And I had no idea what to say. I felt really uncomfortable. And so I was like, "Thanks, I know," or whatever. Hit first available. That was totally unscripted. That was absolutely natural. And that was me being a socially awkward person in real life and just shanking a shot immediately after. I also felt so stupid for saying I know because I didn't know what to say. So I didn't want to be like, but like I didn't know, I didn't think about just saying thanks, but I had to like feel like I had to respond to him. Anyway, it was really, really funny. So I had to post that one because it was almost like cringy funny, but yes, totally unscripted. It's just exactly what happened in my practice round, and I thought it was too funny to keep to myself. Yeah. As Samantha says, "Hi, Doc. Do we know each other?" Doc says, "No, I just say hi to everyone." What if Samantha is Samantha Barks? I don't know who Samantha Barks is. I'm unfamiliar. Teapot says, "My name is Ray Paul Jewis." Ray, thanks for hopping on and joining us and being here. One down through one. Look at Dujit on his way to a 7 down. Is that what I said? Yeah, 7 down. That's what I said. That's hilarious. Very Brad thing to do. It was exactly the sort of thing that I don't know, like you think about the next day because you're like, why did I say that? That was just the wrong thing to say in that situation. So of course I had to immortalize it on my channel. Really thinking that through. Vladimir says, "Just wanted to hop on and say your content is super positive and really fun. Not many disc golf channels like yours." Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Uh, I'm really glad that it comes across that way. That's how I hope it comes across. A very, I want to have a channel that just enjoys disc golf. The tournaments are great and I want to be competitive, but I want to throw extra shots, ace runs. I want to run a long putt and go OB. I want to have a good time playing disc golf. And I'm really, really happy that that enjoyment of the sport comes through the channel. So thank you so much for letting me know. That means a lot to me. Cringy funny like The Office, that's the best kind. Yeah. Yes, the Office is pretty hilarious. Jim says, Happy Father's Day to the dads. And thank you for hopping on, Jim. I wanted to remember that I want to send you this tumbleweed. Is this your number one choice? Tumbleweed is headed your way. I need to not hit something really loud. It didn't work. Happy Father's Day to the dads. Yes, my dad, unfortunately, I was able to see him a week ago, which was really nice, but wasn't able to stay through Father's Day because of the Charlotte Amateur Championship. But I got to talk to him a lot today, which is really nice, and it sounded like he had a great day. Samantha says, "What? So am I." What? I'm lost. Anyway, yes, you are absolutely welcome here. It's a disc golf channel, but we're just hanging out, having a good time. Happy Father's Day, Leica, to you and yours. Everyone is welcome except Al Gore, of course. Bryant says, for Father's Day, my two sons gave me a Prodigy disc each since I lost two in the water. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. That's nice. It's sad to lose a disc, especially a good one. Yeah, not everyone can be like Dugit and lose a wild honey that he doesn't really want because it's too flippy. I still can't believe that. Too flippy. Doc says, Bryant, are your sons on the younger side? Doc, Bryant was here for a full-on interview and you don't remember his kids' ages? Shame on you. Yes, they're quite young. One is 5, the other is 7, and they're tearing it up in disc golf already. I'm seeing them throw better forehands than I'm capable of throwing. Already happening. Samantha says, LOL, that's what's going on. Okay, thanks, Doc. Yep, we're just having a good time. Dee Dee has a coloring book line of discs. You can color them with markers. Actual discs, just the stamp is made like a coloring page. Interesting. So it's like dyeing without the effort. You just get it pre-designed that way. It's kind of cool. Have to check those out. Yeah. JR of Chicago says hi. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Junior Chicago. I went to Chicago once. It was very cold. I think it was March, just too early in the year to go to Chicago. It's so just the ripping winds. We also didn't get to see a really good musical like Wicked. We watched Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I wanted to gouge my eyes out. Unfortunately, that was not an option at the time. Anyway, Chicago is a very interesting place. Samantha says, okay, you guys enjoy your evening, and thank you for welcoming me. Bye-bye. Absolutely. Thanks for hopping on for a little bit, but enjoy your evening. Well, you're always welcome. Pipeline is a great disc. Yes. Yes, it is. Jim says there are others I like better, like the dyed pipelines, but I know you don't throw rollers. Oh, okay. Yes, pipeline. I will not be letting go of the Ellie Mittling pipeline, but I think you're talking about this dyed pipeline. And since you're here, Jim, I just opened up, speaking of dyed discs, this Warden and this Paradigm. Same guy dyed these, is the same guy who dyed this. So good choice. But yeah, I might let this go. I'll have to think about it. It's a really nice disc. So it's a good choice. So if you prefer that one, I do have another pipeline. So yeah, I might have to let that go. College Girl says, also, wait, did I miss something? Also visit Pakistan. I have not visited. I have not been out. Oh, you said hi. Oh, gotcha. College Girl says hi. Also visit Pakistan. That makes more sense. Yeah, so I have not gone out of the country personally, but I would love to visit another country. Pakistan sounds interesting. Jake says, I've got about 12 different putters and no idea what's better for me yet. Yep, that's fair enough. It's definitely one of those things where it's so individual. It's so person by person. I was very fortunate that the first putter I bought for myself and started using was a Warden, and I've just always liked the Warden ever since. But doesn't always work out that way. You try different putters and just try to figure it out, see what happens. Not always good. Not always good. Yeah, keep putting for a while. It'll come eventually. You're gonna just hit a putt and you'll be like, wait, I love this disc. Hopefully soon. New poll idea: Joseph's Technicolor coat or Dolly Parton's coat of many colors. Okay. Dugit, -1 through 2 will be giving hole by hole updates. Good. I want hole by hole updates. And hopefully you just barely missed that birdie putt and you're on pace to go 7 down because I need that 7 down to happen. But with Bobby back at Dynamic Discs, might want to go to a trilogy bag with the Warden. Heck yeah. Jim says, sweet die discs, send me his contact. Yes. I'll write that down somewhere. All right, I spelled everything wrong, but I have that recorded. I don't know how much he'll like digest and send them out, because he does a lot of like local stuff, but clearly he's able to like ship things. So I'm sure you could work something out with him. That'd be really cool. Jackson says, good job at amateur championships. Thank you very much. I was very happy with my round today. And yeah, if you saw like my posts and everything, round 1 was pretty bad. I couldn't hit 18-foot putts. It was frustrating. I felt like an idiot. Round 2 was good, and round 3 was really good. So I'm very happy with how I played today. Moved up after round 1. I moved up 21 spots over the next 2 rounds to 7th place, and I'm very happy with that because it felt like I was really far back. But at Angry Beaver, even was taking a ton of strokes on the field. So yeah, anyway, thank you. I really appreciate it. Don't want to just talk about myself a lot. But yeah, I appreciate the encouragement. Jake says, Warden was my first 2. Should have bought 10 more instead of chasing better. I mean, that's what I did. I don't have them all here, but like people just started giving me Wardens. So they just started piling up. I bought 3 of them when I was traveling with my brother, and I was like, I'm good forever. I have like 8 off camera, and I have a few extra in the car because I took extra Wardens to warm up my putting today before I started my round. So I have like 13 or 14 Wardens. Yeah, that they work for me. It was my first, then maybe a rubber putter from Lightning, then picked up 2 Wardens and 2 Judges from a used box, and Wardens worked out better. Yeah. And Wardens and Judges are both great. They're both great. But I understand what you're saying. Yes. It's nice to be able to work through it and figure it out. Steven just hit a few circle 2s in my yard. Felt good. Heck yeah, that's how it's done. I've been missing the circle 2 putts for a long time, and today I hit 3 circle 2 putts and a 75-footer, and it was like, it just felt like finally, like the putts went in. It was really nice. Billy says, do you ever use lefty throws? I just scores. That's wild. So I have thrown left-handed a fair amount. I injured my wrist, so for about 6-7 weeks straight, I couldn't use my right hand. So I was throwing left-handed. I actually got a left-handed ace. Not at the same time I've thrown lefty, but even with how bad my forehand is, it's almost always preferable to throwing a left-handed shot, just because I can just throw a stable disc 200 feet, and lefty, I need a full run up and a flippy disc to go like 270. So yeah, I don't really use lefty in competition. I have before, so I'm not saying it's a bad idea in general. I have used a few left-handed shots in tournaments, but generally speaking, like my forehand, as bad as it is just better than the lefty shot. But I do throw lefty for fun sometimes. Yeah, I definitely didn't go like 5 down through 9, but I'd have gotten a couple of left-handed birdies. Rural Britannia Brickle, but making the right choices and throwing consistently, I think, is my style. And so, yeah, in some ways, I think that is to make me a good golfer, but not the best. Definitely not the best. Doable. Better birdie out. Everything is riding on that 7 down. It needs to happen. Or you can just ace. That's fine too. No pressure. Steven says, good luck, Dujit. And Doc says, Jake, ever hit up discount disc golf store? Got a bad feeling Brad's going to lose his shoes. Come, Dujit. Doc is all about his discount discs. I think what Doc does is he sees a cheaper price and he's like, I'm saving money if I buy this. And ends up spending hundreds of dollars extra on discs because they're cheaper. I mean, that's one way to do it, but let's see. What else is going on for me? Oh, I wanted to let you guys know I am really behind on editing. So this week, I can't promise anything, but I'm going to be editing this week. I'm going to start catching up on my YouTube videos because I've been able to keep up on the shorts, no problem. But I haven't finished editing my match play round with Brent. And then I had toboggan, so I switched over and I was editing my practice rounds. Then I have 2 rounds of toboggan filmed. So I have a lot of content to work with. Haven't been able to finish any of those videos and post them yet. Everything's been super crazy. Traveling, especially traveling by car and driving myself to and from Michigan, prepping for the Charlotte Amateur Championship. Long story short, I will be getting these videos out. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm excited to be back home and able to just kind of go back to normal. I'm excited to do some editing this week. So videos coming soon. No guarantees on exact timelines, but hopefully I'll be able to catch up pretty soon here. Also, shout out to my gaming channel. I have one video. I know I've live streamed and put out some YouTube shorts, but I have one video on my gaming channel, and it just hit 19,000 views. So I'm very happy about that. Thank you guys for everything that you've done to watch that video and support me. I really appreciate that. But also, I just wanted to kind of share. Good on Dujit, 2 down through 4. Okay, good. Everything might have just collapsed, but it would just be typical. Had a few streaming issues tonight. I guess I'll just keep talking and act like the stream's still going, because maybe it is. Jake says, I'll check it out. Thanks. Yeah. How many times do you stop in a week, and is it 7? Yeah, that's a good question. Jake says, I have a rule. I have to lose a disc before I go back in. So like twice a week. That's really good. I like that. That's really nice. Do you have kids, let them play all the time? Lose a few discs that way. Glow rounds with black discs without tape or anything on them. Just starts chucking stuff in the woods. Oh, I lost one. Oh, I lost another one. Oh, it's too bad. I gotta hit the Infinite store. What a tragedy. All right, let me check in on the poll. 80 votes. That's pretty solid. And it looks like 57% haven't played a disc golf tournament yet. I don't think that's too surprising. A lot of people jump into the live stream that don't play disc golf. I think that's fair. Of the people who do play tournaments, it's a very tight race. 14% have played 1 to 5 tournaments. 15% have played 6 to 20. And 14% have played more than 20. So it's almost a perfect split of 33, 34, and 33%. About a third of people who have played a tournament have played 20 or more tournaments. It's pretty good. I myself do belong in that category as well. Sorry, got to get rid of my hiccups real quick. Okay. I believe I have played 64, 63 tournaments at this point. 64, something like that. Yeah, I should double check on the PDGA site and see exactly how many I've played. Yeah. I like Infinite Store, but their shipping is almost as hurtful as DGA's. Dude just says -3 through 5. I might be bad at putting. No, 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 no. You're good at putting. Don't putt like me at Hornet's Nest. Make your putts. You've got this. 7 down. It's gonna happen. It's stressing me out. Jake says only a month into learning, so still losing plenty on my own. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so okay, only a month into learning disc golf. Heck yeah. That's early days. I remember when I was a month into disc golf and like I still love playing disc golf, but there's something special about those early months where you just can't wait to throw a disc. You're just like, I just want to get on the course. I want to throw another disc. I want to see how it flies. I want to see if I can get it to turn this time. I want to see if I can get this birdie. It's so exciting. So I'm really happy for you. It's such a fun experience to just like figure things out, get better, execute shots more consistently, get the most out of your discs. It's such a fun journey. Such a fun journey. Doc says, may I speak to you about the Inn of a Dragon? Where's my dragon? This is the Inn of a Dragon that Doc always speaks so highly about. It floats on water. I don't recommend it to most players, but for some people this might fly really well, and it might be great for throwing across the water. Doc kind of loves the dragon a little bit too much. Main course is bordered by cattails. Nice. They eat them up. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Sure they do. Noobs especially. Yeah, I mean, you're right. The value of the Inn of a Dragon is higher for newer players in general. That's true. That's true. So I'm looking at the comments here. Doc is the number 2 crown, but Steven is the number 1. Nicanoroy says, are you human? As far as I know, I do pass most of the CAPTCHA tests that I take. Occasionally, I will fail them, but I do blame the poor design of the tests. Maybe it's because I'm not human. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a way to verify 100% with absolute certainty beyond a shadow of any doubt whatsoever that I'm definitely a human, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. What's your favorite disc? Mine is either the Sidewinder or the Diamond. Ooh, that takes me back. We were just talking about sorry, one second. So we were just talking about playing like early on. When I started, the Sidewinder was my first driver. So for a long time, Sidewinder was my favorite. So I have it here. It's now my MPO signature disc, the Sidewinder. So I have some pretty sweet signatures on here. I'm very happy that I was able to witness and meet all of these pros. That was very cool. Early on, Sidewinder and Diamond were 2 of my best distance discs that I had in the bag. These days, I love the Brave, the Echo, the Soul, and the Enigma. Those are like top discs. I'll grab a few examples here. So the Brave, I got Isaac Robinson to sign this since he switched to Latitude. Brave is a workhorse, especially in Charlotte in the woods. I'm able to get good distance with good accuracy with the high glide and gentle understability of the Brave. It's a great woods disc to still throw far. Then I love myself the Echo, Streamline Echo. For me, it's just a perfectly dead straight or a straight shot with a tiny bit of drift to the right. Exactly what I need from it. Such a good disc. And then I love throwing the turnover shots with the Soul. Soul's been in the bag the longest. It's an absolutely fantastic disc. I putt with the Wardens. The Enigma is really my like distance driver with stability. I recently added the Wild Honey, which is kind of like just a bomb, like throw as far as I can. But the other one I throw the most is the FD1. But if I had to just pick like 2 discs, I would go Echo Brave. Echo Brave. Uh, I know Steven says, I know Big Germ loves the Sidewinder. Sidewinder is so nice. Do. Nicanoroy says, I can do for you test to see if you're here for $10,000. I would rather keep my money in Wonder. Light diamonds are good for distance, heavy for stability. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's true. Doc is already your best friend. I hope your best friend in real life knows that Doc is now your new best friend because you're talking about lightweight discs. Also, hope you watch Jonathan at Last 64. He's their spokesman type guy, and he's so funny. Jonathan is hilarious. He he perfectly plays like off of his amateur status and his accent without overdoing it, and it's like the perfect blend of humor. It's really really funny. So I think he's a very intelligent person and just knows how to make things hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Dominic says probably my favorite putter is the pig. Those who know, pig is good. Pig is good. I haven't really used it for putting myself, but throwing, I've seen the pig used very effectively. John says, I love my FD1 for a lot of shots. It's the perfect kind of straight shot. It's going to fade, but not go too far left. So in Charlotte, there are a lot of tunnels where I just want to throw the FD1 down the tunnel and let it finish right. If I need to throw down a tunnel and finish, sorry, I said right, but I meant throw down a tunnel, let it finish left, FD1. If I want to throw down a tunnel and finish right, it's a brave. Steven says, that's interesting, Dominic. I tend to like my flippy drivers to be heavier and my overstable ones to be lighter. That makes sense depending on how you're throwing them. If you want to just rip on a stable driver, but have it be lightweight for distance, that can work. I think specifically if you're just throwing diamonds, it does make sense that the heavier diamonds are the stable shots and the lightweight ones go further because you can turn them more easily. But yeah, I can see a strategy to having lightweight, stable to overstable discs to throw them further more easily. Yeah, it took me a while to say that. Dominic says, for me, depends on where I'm at. If I'm playing like 800 and 900, I'm throwing light diamonds for it. Doc says, Steven, that's a great thing about disc golf. Different ways for different people. That's very true. Yeah, it's cool to see how different people play differently. Doc says, I do miss when he had Tomas in the videos, but I get it, the man is busy. Fair enough. Hey, Zach's here. Thanks for popping on, Zach. Appreciate you swinging through. How is the Raider for you? And the Compass. How are those discs flying for you? Hopefully they're flying really well. Please don't tell me you lost one of them. That would hurt my feelings. Jake says, got a pig, and as much as I want to putter with more glide, it just seems to average more baskets. There you go. If it does what you need to do, it does what you need to do. I mean, I bag multiple putters. I throw a Warden and I throw a Keystone. So yeah, if you want the pig and another putter, just for different types of shot shapes and distances, could be a great way to do it. But yeah, if you love the disc, it can stay in the bag forever. I've got a sole that's I've only played for 3.5 years, and my sole is almost 3 years old. So for the majority of my disc golfing career, sole's been in the bag. Brad, ever consider a video where you do an in the bag and then talk about what you substitute and why for different courses? I should do that. I'm actually about to. It's funny because I'm so behind on my videos. Um, I'm about to do another in the bag video since my bag has changed so much this year already. I still have the fundamentals, Enigma, FD1, Soul, Echo, Brave, but a lot of other things have shifted around and I've added discs and taken out discs, lost some discs. But in the end, I want to do a new in the bag, and I would like to say when I'm playing a shot shape like this, I'll throw this in the bag for this type of course. If it's this type of course, here's what I might substitute. Yeah, I'm interested in kind of adding that subsection to my next in the bag video. Hopefully in the next few weeks, I can get that filmed up and edited. We will see. 4 down through 7. All right, dude, we need that ace. We need that ace. Steven says, yeah, I like my felons to be 170-ish and destroyers to be 168, but something like a Hades has to be 174. There you go. A little flippy, give it a little more weight to it, a little more heft. Compass is so underrated. It's a fantastic disc. I went to a kind of pitch and putt course, and I just left my disc golf bag at home. So I had a DX Leopard, compass, and a floppy Keystone. And I threw my real shot and then for fun ace runs afterward. And the compass hit metal like 2 holes in a row. And I ended up going like 10 down through 18. It was an easy course, like I said. The compass was fantastic for it. It was just pure, perfect straight shot with a little fade at the end. Great stability. Dominic says, also like to tomahawk my Gorgon for the 200 to 300 foot shots. That's pretty good for a teen. Yeah, for sure. And speaking of Gorgons, I just got one. I left it in my car because I want to throw it this week. But why did I get it? I can't remember. I think I picked it for a CTP or something, I think. I can't remember. It was a players pack? I can't remember. For whatever reason, I have a Gorgon. Oh, I know what it was. It was the doubles qualifier that Brent and I did 2 weeks ago. We had the players pack disc and I grabbed a Gorgon. So yeah, now I have one. I get to test it. To give it a try. All right, Dominic has to go. Thanks for hopping on and chatting for a little bit, man. Really appreciate it. And good luck in your disc golf ventures, etc. Yes, that has, and I don't always even show the bag. So yeah, I do have to add all of that in. It is interesting because I don't have any chalk bags. Gorgon might be too flippy. Really? We'll see. I'm excited. Doc says, okay, in chat, in Brad's small bag in the trunk for emergency disc golf. Me, a diamond to worship, dragon shoe, and a warden. That's pretty good. So yeah, emergency disc golf. Well, the good thing is right now, I just have like 25 discs sitting in my car. I could do soul, but I think I just need me distance accuracy. Oh, that's not good. I just saw oh. I apologize for whatever is happening with the video quality. At least what I saw was ridiculous. I don't know what's going on, but that was really weird. Anyway, John says, try the Gorgon super flippy. We have to put it 90 degrees of hyzer for it to work. I'm excited to throw it now. I'm even more excited than I was, knowing how flippy it is. Zach says, good, but I can't throw really far. That is just fine. Those discs will be good for you for years. They'll last you for a very long time. Do you give your soul full power? I do not give it 100% power, no. I throw the soul like I throw most like mid-range and putter shots, like 75% power. I want to make the disc do what it's supposed to do, but I'm not trying to get every foot of distance possible out of it. So when I throw the wild honey, I tend to say, this is going as far as I can make it go. When I throw the enigma, I'm basically saying, I'm going to throw this hard and then the stability will take over and I'll hit this aim point. But when I throw mids and putters, I'm usually not going 100% all in. Yeah, so mids and putters, I tend to throw 75% for most shots. Occasionally, I'll really rip on an echo. Actually, there was a cool downhill shot that I think is like 360 or 370 feet at Renaissance. And it's just this around a tower to the right in the woods. And everybody's throwing a forehand off the tee. But I just threw an echo at full power. And it just power. Dude just says, well, just ace on the last hole to get a -7. Who called it? I literally said, get that ace, get that 7 down. Dude, that's amazing. Congrats, dude. That's incredible. Ace on the last hole. I so called that. Issues here. Anyone catch Brad's discs? Shoes are safe. Yes, the shoes are safe. Dude, you hit 7 down. Rock X3 for the win. Dude. Heck yeah. That's so cool. How far was that ace? That's really awesome. Got a Rock 3, need to take it out in honor of Dujit's ace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Zach, those discs will last for a long time, long time. Rambo says a very beaten Champ Leopard 3 is the greatest disc ever. Uh, I had a beaten Champ Leopard 3. It was a fantastic disc. However, brown and see-through. I kept losing it, so I gave it to my dad. Now I've replaced it with the Brave, which I love even more. But yes, Leopard 3, Champ Plastic, fantastic. Fantastic. Good choice. Have you tried the Chemtrail from Doomsday? Great hyzer flip. I have not thrown the Chemtrail. I need to throw more Doomsday discs because they're all interesting. And I want to try them and see how they're unique, how they're different, how they fly. But no, I have not thrown the Chemtrail yet. Dude, throwing that wild honey right in your face. John played yesterday. Heck yeah, dude. I played yesterday as well. And today I had a 3-round tournament. So I played all weekend. But heck yeah, how was your round yesterday? And did you get stormed out? Because there have been a lot of storms in, well, the whole right side of the United States. Doc's thinking of a box of Doomsday discs. That's the way to do it. Get a bunch of them. Get the Chemtrail. It's a great disc. Dujit hit a 270-foot ace on the last hole to get 7 down. What a freaking legend. Try discount discs, make your own mystery box. Yeah, that sounds fun. I don't know how much of a mystery there is if you pick your discs, but anyway. Dujit hyzered in and banked off of some leaves on a branch just over the basket. That's wild, dude. That is so wild. That's not a short ace. Like, that's not a 160 footer where you're like, ah, oh, I kind of want this. I'm gonna ace run it. That's a full on rip to get that ace. That's awesome. Leopard 3 Star has been my favorite for 2 weeks, but fed it to the cattails on Friday. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Leopard 3 is a great disc. I like the Star Plastic. I like the Champ Plastic. But yeah, that's tough. It's so hard to lose a good disc. I lost my favorite Enigma 2 days before the Chainhawk Open A tier last year. Thankfully, I had 4 spare Enigmas, and I was able to test them all and figure out which one would the most similar. But it's such a bad feeling. Like, you're like, I know this disc. I love this disc. It's gone. You can't fill that space in the bag very easily. It's just exactly what you want, and it's missing. That's just tough. Jim says, did you forward the signed disc I sent you? Hope he enjoys it. Yes, I did, and he was very happy. He was very excited about it. He was like excited to get it in the mail, and then said thank you when he got it. I should have told you. I don't remember exactly when he told me, yes, I received it. I should have passed that on to you. But he was very excited, and he was like, this is Eagle McMahon's signature, right? And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I got that to him. I don't remember if that was Facebook or Instagram. Maybe I can find the message and read it to you. Didn't Discmania rename the Enigma to the DD2? That's in the car. Yes. So it's not a rename, but they've done this every once in a while where they take a disc and they make a new line of discs where they rename it essentially. So yeah, basically. But yes, it's going to be slightly different, but it's essentially, hey, we used to make an Enigma. Now we're making the DD2 in the horizon line or whatever. So yeah, I think it is the DD2. I have one and it's pretty stable. It's pretty stable. It's definitely more stable than any of the Enigma Neos that I have at the moment. So I haven't thrown it enough with all of my busyness, traveling, etc. I'd love to do like a comparison. So I'm excited to do that. But yeah, yep, they basically took it and said, yep, now we're making, instead of making more Enigmas, we're making DD2s, which is essentially the same mold. Yeah. DD2 was around for a while. My buddy had a DD2 in a canceled plastic called G Line. It was really nice. Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely odd, the naming conventions, just kind of reuse a name or whatever. They canceled the Evolution line and brought certain molds to the Originals line. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That is the accurate description. I should know because I did a disc review of the Originals, Disc Mini Originals Prototype P5, and I like knew that, and then I just forgot it. Brent says this guy stinks. Uh, Not too bad. Only one round today. Yesterday would have been much worse. Probably my feet stink the most. But yeah, Brent, too bad you weren't playing in the Charlotte Amateur Championship. You would have torn up Hornet's Nest, done well at Renaissance, and probably played good at Angry Beaver. But instead, I had to do that in your place. And I only took 7th. Jim, lost your Avenger SS 2 years ago. Someone just found it and returned it the other day. Wonder how it will fly after spending 2 eerie Pennsylvania winters in the brush. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be flippy. I think it's gonna be flippy. Uh, it's already a flippy-ish disc. That thing is gonna just do circles in the air. Brent would have suffered. Yeah. Shout out to Brent for caddying my first round. It was a rough round, and the man was a trooper. My bag is heavy, and it was really hot out, and Brent was filming and taking score. So good job, Brent. Letting my mind be blank so I could miss all my putts. But yeah, 2 rounds in a day was a lot. It was a lot. Brent said it was rough just watching. I bet my round was probably one of the worst spectating experiences you've ever had. You should have seen me today. I hit some crazy putts today. Unreal brave, of course. Is an unreal scramble shot that I had no business making, and it was incredible. So I took that par. Don't think you were ever so disappointed. Yeah, definitely, definitely not the. Sorry, the video quality is super low. Tough round to watch. Tough round to watch. And even better, Brent filmed all of it, so I'll probably post it, and you guys can suffer too. I think I'll title it "The Worst Tournament Round Ever," something like that. Doc says I even heard now if you go to the course and listen, you can hear Brent. And listen, you can hear Brent yell "doe" after one of Brad's putts. Yeah, it was pretty painful. You'll get to hear Brent's reaction in real time because it was all filmed. Jake says brands I've tried are mostly Innova and Axiom. I bought a couple MVP this week. Haven't liked my Discraft Zone or Buzz. Try some Prodigy next month. All right. So Axiom is good. Streamline is one of my favorite plastics, but you've got to try yourself some Lat 64. The Royal Grand Plastic is to die for. It's so fantastic. Prodigy has some good stuff. I didn't like the Buzz, but the Zone is just so like it does exactly what it does. It's very reliable. Also, the cap wrap. It's funny that the only Discraft I have is just super overstable or super flippy. But yeah, it just kind of depends on what plastics you like and what flight paths you need. But MVPs are great. Yeah, I recommend trying out a couple of streamline discs like the Echo. You've got to try a streamline Echo, and then some Latitude 64. Might try some Prodigy next month. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Paul says hi. Thanks for hopping on, Paul. Doc says, Brent, thank you for your service. And hope you win a shoe. Think you'd like it. Yeah, I will do the shoe giveaway soon. Love the Royal Grand Plastic. It's just so good. It's just so good. It's like it's the perfect amount of gummy without being sticky and durable. Like it's just the durability is good despite it being like a good feeling disc in the hand. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really, really nice. John ended up switching a lot of my mids to MVP. The rims on the more shallow uh, are more shallow and feel great in the hand. Yeah, depending on what you like in your mid range, that might just be the way to go. Yeah, I do like a shallow mid range. The Echo is has a thinner profile, but every once in a while I need something stable. I throw the Taco. Um, but yeah, that's interesting. That's a good way to do it. Switching to MVP, getting that shallow feel to it. Yeah, the tempo is really nice. What I have. Ugh. Yes. There we are. Yeah, I got myself a tempo. Haven't thrown it enough, but it's a really great disc. Really, really nice. And yeah, I feel that like profile fitting the hand better than some kind of chunkier mids. Zach says, haven't been disc golfing, hoping Justin and Luke will take me soon. Yes, hopefully. Yeah, I'll have to guilt them into it and be like, gotta take Zach disc golfing. It's been a while. I'm glad we were able to play though when I was up. We had a great time. So I think I said last week, but I swung through on my way to Toboggan when Luke was going to caddy film, which he was an absolute trooper. We played a quick little 9-hole course, throwing tons of extra fun shots, and we had I aced hole 2, Justin aced hole 3, and then chained out on the following throw, and Luke aced hole 9. So it was really, really fun. I don't think any of the shots were more than 200 feet, but it doesn't matter. They were fun. They were fun. John bags the Hex, Matrix, and Detour. They all feel the same in hand. Yeah, I have myself a nice Hex. Where's my glow? Oh, yeah. Right here. Got Glow Hex. Feels great in the hand. Really, really nice disc. Got myself the Matrix. That's a tempo. That's a tempo. Also have myself the Matrix right next to it. But yeah. They're definitely nice discs. Definitely nice. I love the shade of gray for whatever reason. Just really nice. The R2 plastic feels really nice too. Black Matrix, are those drivers? No, I think they're 4-speeds. Oh, it's a mid-range driver, so it's got to be like a 5 or a 6. I need to throw those more. I need to throw all of my discs more. It's kind of the problem. It's a 5-4, -1, 1.5. Or 5-4, 1, 1.5. I can't tell because they have the dashes between all the numbers, so I don't know which one is a negative. Nice camera, bro. 5 pixels. Dude, it's been so frustrating. Not only did YouTube compress the screen size when I went live, but the quality has been unbelievably terrible. So, yeah, very frustrating. Glad it's coming through really well for you as well. Brent says, dude, Stoner's putt was insane. Yes. And apparently he'd hit multiple putts from that distance in the round. So he was just cashing 80 footers. Because why not? If you got it, you got it. Just keep those putts. Oh, that's the way to do it. That's 1067 rated round. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. As MVP would say, 5.5. Yep. Yep. Only black discs you'll throw are putters. If Brent was doing the video, it would be in 3D 8K. 3D 8K. I actually think my phone can do 8K, but it's like indistinguishable from 4K and takes up way more storage and only do 30 frames per second. So I just do 4K and 60 frames per second. So I think it's better. Ellis says, how's Gannon so good? Insane. Yeah, Duju was saying that earlier. The man is a monster. And when he's putting, he's an unbeatable monster. That's what I was saying earlier, is that it seems like early in the season, putting has been off for Gannon. And so he hasn't really been showing up. As soon as his putting is on, win, win, win. 16 down rounds, just why not? Why not? Jim says, gotta go. My son's making his famous burgers for dinner. Oh, I'm hungry now. Have fun, all. Thanks for hopping on, Jim. I'll get that tumbleweed or pipeline sent to you. It'll be a surprise. Off topic, Little House on the Prairie remake. How are we feeling? I'm against it. I know nothing about it, but I will say I actually read the Little House on the Prairie series as a kid, and I thought they were fascinating. They were interesting books, not my favorite books, but good books. And I would say the idea is strong. The execution might be terrible. So many. Here's the thing. Remakes are usually crap, can be good, and if they're based on the original book source, they a bad adaptation, then you just get worse and worse, and it just starts falling apart at the seams. But if it goes back to the original source, could be done well. All of that being said, I know none of the context. It could be terrible for any number of reasons, and I just don't know about them. So, yeah, totally unsure. Steven says because Gannon has those stupid long fingers on those enormous hands with humpback whale arms and extremely lanky body. Funny when Gannon says his shots are awful and they're still great. It can be frustrating, even though to other people, like it's a fantastic shot. I played with a guy at Toboggan, and he went too far with it, but he would throw to circle 2 on like a 400-foot hole, and he was upset that he did not execute exactly how I wanted to. And then he hit the birdie putt. And it was like, not only are you like freaking out too much, but you're getting the birdie anyway. Like, really? But to an extent, I understand where he's coming from because he has a higher skill ceiling than me by quite a bit. So when he's throwing a shot that's not quite how he wants, he feels it. He's like, I should be able to execute that to 20 feet. I left it at 45. That's frustrating because this shot should be routine for me. It's not a routine shot for me, but for him, it's at least a lot closer to a reasonable expectation that he executes that almost every single time. So I get it. Taking it too far is ridiculous. Anyway, temper tantrums are silly. But being frustrated, I understand. Fond memories of the original series will be hard to sway me. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. I'm sure if they did a Lord of the Rings remake, I would be highly critical of it. They would have to do something insane to try to compete with how good the Lord of the Rings is. So I can understand where you're coming from with that. But yeah, I don't know. There are a few where like the original and the remake are both good in their own ways. Like I think probably Pride and Prejudice is probably a good example of that, where people love the long 6 hour series, the BBC series, but then like the newer movie is more digestible and people really like it too. And they're just kind of different. They're not even different adaptations. They're just slightly different presentations of the original story. And I think they both have good reputation as movies. That's maybe rare, but you can have that. You can have an original and a remake both be good in different ways and both be enjoyed broadly by the audience. Jake says current putter lineup is Pig, XD, Nomad, Adam, Proxy, Envy, Warden, and RPM Tui. Any favorites besides the Warden? I like what I've seen from the Nomad, and I like throwing the Atom. But the Envy, so if you're not putting with it, the Envy is like a must bag because it's a throwing putter, in my opinion. You can also putt with it, but I think it's a throwing putter, and it throws well. Adam throws well. I think Nomad probably is my vote. Doc says Pilot is fun. Berg, Alpaca, Prodigy 300 soft. Drew61 says, hi, how are you? Doing well. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Having a good time. Gannon, AB versus Gannon is going to be great for the next 5 years. Yeah, they're going to go insane. I'll go out on a limb. I don't think it's a huge limb, but I'll go out on a limb and say Calvin's about to like level up his game and start cashing like every single putt, and he's going to start winning again. And it's going to be like major winner, two-time major winner, three-time major winner, Calvin Heimberg. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Did you see average ratings per round for CAC for Jacob and Zeb? I did not do the comparison. That uh I imagine that Zeb is probably like rated higher because he did better at Hornets. Is that how what happened? Blaze says you're a remake, Brad. A remake of My Chemical Reaction. Thanks Blaze for hopping in. Remake of Ed Sheeran. Mano says, are those frisbees in the back? These are disc golf discs. So disc golf discs are different than traditional frisbees. Ooh, I grabbed G-Star Shrike. I need to throw this. So an ultimate frisbee disc, you can see is very like rounded and blunt, but a disc golf disc is designed to cut through the air and fly further and faster than a frisbee. This is a driver. There are also mid-ranges and putters. Blaze, you'll love this. I just got my Warden from Mike. He just sent to see it, but you should record yourself giving your no, not plates, they are discs speech and punch it in the video so you have snacks and restroom breaks. LOL. That's really good. Yeah, so the paradigm is also pretty sweet. I can't tell if my video quality is bad for me or bad for everyone. Hopefully it's just me, but I have a bad feeling that it's for everyone. But this paradigm looks really sweet. I'm going to hold it up for a few seconds until the pixelated video looks a little bit better. Haywood says hi. Thanks for hopping on and joining us. Brent says Zeb's was 1,023 and Stoner's was 1,018. That is robbery. That is robbery. Absolutely ridiculous. Low rating on Angry Beaver was so annoying. It was such a weird thing too, because Angry rated really well for people who didn't play great, and for Jacob, it didn't rate well for how amazing he played. So it was really condensed in such a way to it was like a grading on a curve. Like if you set the curve, you're screwed, but everyone else benefits from it. So like I played good, but I played like 985 rated golf and it was 1,003 rated. And Stoner played like 1075 rated and was only like maybe 1080 rated when it was only 1067. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, 10 down is such an exceptional round. That's so true. Bad for everyone. Yep. Very frustrated with the stream quality today. Even when I started the stream, YouTube resized the video. I stopped the stream and restarted twice. And every time I would press start stream and the video would go from normal and like squish. And it's stupid. Stupid. Brent says that 10 down is easily 1080 or higher rated. Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. It should be a stroke higher rated than the negative 16 at Wingit, which was 1075 rated. I mean, seriously, because you can eagle at Wingit. Like, I had the eagle putt versus 16 down. They're not even close. They're not. Oh my gosh, such poor quality stream. This is so frustrating. I want to. If the stream looks for you like it does for me, it's just not worth doing. It's just not like you guys are awesome, but the stream itself is not a good product. And I am not very happy to be putting it out. So it's better now, but maybe bad weather. I don't know. I don't think bad weather should impact Wi-Fi so much. Like Wi-Fi should either go out or it should be fine. I don't know. Blaze sees pixels. I lost it. Where's my pixel? Joke was too late, but here we go. Blaze sees pixels. There we go. Blaze says, "Do not mention Wing It." Okay, don't mention Wing It. Doc says, "So is like 2 so-so rounds and 1 hot amazing round gets better rating than 3 good rounds." It's the opposite. So the 3 good rounds got the higher rating, but they tied. That's the problem. So they have the same score in the end, but because Zeb played 3 like good, solid, great disc golf rounds, he rated higher, but Jacob throwing down a lights out, clearing the field by 7 strokes is unbelievable. And his whole tournament is rated 5 points lower. So that's like 15 suppressed ratings points for that round. That's insane. That's totally wrong. That's just unacceptable. Too many devices on Wi-Fi. I have my other laptop shut off. I have my Xbox shut off. At most, there's a laptop and a PS4 running right now. It should not be this. Like, there's no difference between this stream and every other stream that I've done for the last 5 months. They're all the same. And for whatever reason, this one's just crap. Steven loves Wing It. Yeah, Blaze. I will love make it. I'm gonna do 9 o'clock. 8 more minutes. That's all I'm doing. This is, and if I were filming at this quality, I would never post it. Yeah. That's so bad. All right, whatever. This is quality. Yeah, quality. Enter the stream. Nothing else. Jake says, "I just want to say thanks for your context again." And thank you. It's really. Jake says, "I just want to say thanks for your context again." And thank you. It's really encouraging, and I'm glad that you were able to hang out in the stream for a while. Again, sorry about the quality of the stream. Unfortunately, something I don't have control over. It's just out of my hands. But appreciate you being here and glad we're able to have a good time. Every week, 6:30 p.m. EST. So roughly speaking, for those who have played a tournament, a third have played 5 or less, a third have played 6 to 20 less, a third have played 6 to 20, and a third have played more than 20.